StudioBricks sends out a very general assembly guide with the purchase of their One model. This is a slightly more detailed video tutorial on assembling a StudioBricks One VO edition. The crate is unpacked and there are pieces everywhere. It's a little overwhelming at first glance and the parts are heavy, but with some stretching and an extra set of hands, 2 people can put the entire thing together. You'll need these tools during assembly: a level, rubber mallet, double-sided tape, step stool or ladder, a screwdriver, and drill. First, pick your spot. You'll need a space at least 42 inches by 54 inches with some additional room on all sides to work. Make sure the floor is flat and can handle about 1,200 pounds. Your floor piece has pre-installed battens along the perimeter to guide you in assembling. The open place is where your door will go later. StudioBricks recommends that the floor should sit at least 5 centimeters away from the wall. We actually placed it about 5 inches away to give us plenty of room to work with the heavy pieces and run cords behind the finished booth. Lift the floor piece and note the 7 holes. These are where the rubber feet called silent blocks will go. Screw them in. The wood plates will go under the silent blocks to keep the rubber from marking up the floor. Instead of trying to line up all 7 blocks on the floor like the directions note, we simply used double-sided tape to stick them onto the rubber feet. Place back on the floor and ensure everything is flat and you have a level foundation. All of the wall pieces are marked with a letter and a number indicating the level and order they are to be placed in. The first level is A, the second is B, and so on. You'll also have various batten shapes. The straight ones are the vertical battens, the double-angled ones go along the back corners, the short single-angled ones go to the right of the door, and the longer single-angled ones go to the left of the door. Starting to the left of the door and going clockwise, place piece A1 firmly down on the existing floor battens with the dowel tips sticking up. First big decision: which side of the booth do you want your cable port and ventilation system to go? You'll need to make this call now or you'll have a lot of disassembling and reassembling later. If you want it to go on the left side, place A2 next. If you want it to go on the right side, which is what I'm doing, place A4 next. Your vertical battens slide in between all of the pieces. There are 2 sizes, but save the shorter ones for the D level. Slide in a longer vertical batten so that the foam runs in the same direction as the wall. Push all the way down so that it sits level to the inner foam core. Find the self-adhesive rubber pads and stick one on the end of the batten. You'll do this for each of these vertical pieces as you go. Next, place A3 along the back and add the batten and pad. If you are putting your cable port and ventilator on the right side, A2 will be next. Otherwise, place A4 here. Don't place A5 next. I know it's logical, but don't. You'll need this wiggle room for the door. Instead, add the cushioned floor piece so that the gray carpet is facing up. Place your corner battens next. The long single-angled one goes to the left of the door and the 2 double-angled ones go in the back corners. Move to the B level. Place B1 on top of A1. Add B2 next. Place B3 for the back. Make sure you add your vertical battens and self-adhesive pads as you go. The door is the hardest part only because it is so heavy. Work the door into the open space on the floor and into the groove on the left wall. Once the door is in, you can place B4 on the right side. Then slide A5 down in between the door and the right wall. Add the vertical batten, pad, and short single-angled batten, and then B5 on top of that. Add your corner battens along all 4 corners of the B level. You'll start the C level with the back wall. Place C3 here. Next, add C2 to the left wall and add your vertical batten and pad. C1 will slide down between C2 and the door. Add C4 and then C5. Ensure all of your vertical battens are in place with pads and add your corner battens all the way around. You will use up all of your longer vertical pieces on the C level. On to the D. Place these in order: D1, D2, D3, D4, and D5. Add the shorter vertical battens and corner battens as you go. Using a step stool or ladder, place the roof on top. The grooves along the inside of the roof will fit tightly over the battens. Push down or tap with a rubber mallet to ensure everything is in place. Add the middle insulated roof piece so that it fits down within the hole in the roof. The vent hole should be on top and the acoustic foam underneath. There's a plate over the screw holes that pivots 90 degrees. Push the plate firmly and it should pop out of place to access the inside. Place the bar through the door hole, then the handle over that and screw in. Pivot the plate again to finish. The base trap doesn't come with self-adhesive stick on the back, however it fits snugly between the acoustic foam to stay in place. For the ventilator, use the pre-existing holes to drill screws above and below the vent hole. Leave the screws out just enough to catch the hanging holes on the back of the ventilator. Once in place, open, remove the filter, get behind the foam, and place this little black plastic piece underneath the screw head. Put it all back together and it's ready to use. The LED light has self-adhesive pads on the back so you can peel and stick anywhere. Or at least the directions say anywhere. It actually only fits along the longer walls of the booth, so I chose to go above the door. Weave the power cord in between the acoustic foam for better cord management. They don't make the cord even close to being long enough to reach the cable port, so I had to use my own extension cord to be able to get the power to the light. I was missing the triple socket from the included parts, but I'm guessing they purposely left it out as it looks like a 220-volt extension cord from the picture, and I'm in a 110-volt country. Install the boom arm in the copy stand. Pop off the bottom plastic stop from the pre-installed wall pull. You should be able to attach the mic's pole halter and slide up the track to the top. Secure in place with the included Allen wrench. Place the yellow ring on top. Next, look underneath the boom arm. There's a little metal piece that screws into the bottom. Screw in and tighten, and then the arm will fit inside the halter to suspend your mic. Add the 2 black-handled screws to either side of the copy stand arm and slide onto the track the same way. Tighten the handles to secure. Remove the bracket currently mounted on the arm, and then the stand will click into place. The bracketed tabletop should fit perfectly in the cutouts of the acoustic foam. Drive 3 screws in per bracket. Gently use the rubber mallet to tap the white ring into the cable port on the outside of the booth. On the inside, route the ventilator and light power cords, as well as any other cables you will be using, through the white rectangle frame hole and then out of the booth through the wall hole. Ensure that the 2 holes do not line up to maximize sound dampening through the cable port. Secure in place with 4 screws. Finally, add the white vent covers to the side and roof of the booth.